Right guys, so doing a service on a 3-pipe LayZrepair air jet today. The model number on this one, these are the S100102s, the most common ones air jets. They're not the Wi-Fi's, but if you've got the Wi-Fi ones, pretty much the same thing. So this is in for a leak. So what we do, first thing we do is just test the plug socket, make sure it's in good condition, not melted, there's no damage on that. Also on the circuit breaker, get that an inspection. If there's any rust on these screws, then I'd get in there and check for any water ingress, any damage on these buttons. This is an important safety device, so if it's damaged in any way, you want to get it replaced. You can grab one of these on the website LayZrepair.co.uk if you want a brand new one of these, and the plugs as well. So if the plugs are damaged or melted, then that's a red flag. There's normally an issue inside of the pump, or the water flow has been blocked somehow, or you could have a kinked pipe somewhere. But anyway, before you do this, what you want to do is head over to the website, get yourself a service kit, LayZrepair.co.uk. So you get yourself an impeller, you get a water flow seal, that's quite a common water leak. You get yourself your A-pipe seal, that's that one there. You can see where these ones are, they've lost the colour and becoming quite brittle now. It's a fresh one of them. Same in here, you look in here, see this one as well. Now this isn't the seal's fault, this is just bad water management. So got some fresh seals there, fresh pump seal, heater block seals, and you get some seal grease as well, gives it a bit more longevity. So this isn't the seals shouldn't go this bad. Now this is just poor water management. As we throwing a large tablet into a small hot tub, it's just overdosing the hot tub chlorine. So you really want to be using granules, or just for an average size inflatable hot tub, for a 20 gram tablet you want to be using around about a third of that tablet. So what we'll do, anyway, grab yourself a kit, LayZrepair.co.uk. The only thing you have to source is sometimes it's an 18 to 32 millimeter Jubilee clip, because the clip that we're going to take off inside this machine is just a one-time use, so you need to get one of them. And you just need basic tools, screwdriver, some grips, Phillips screwdrivers, pliers, a brush, and a long screwdriver. So what we do is split this case in half from the middle. So that's the case flipped in half. So where this control panel was plugged in, we'll just snip that Jubilee clip off there. Now at this point, we'll just undo these 4 screws and we'll replace this seal. So that's the old seal out there, new seal in. While this is apart, you want to check this pedal is not rusted or corroded. Again, you can get a new pedal on the website. Now we've flipped it upside down, we'll undo these screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, one down there, 5, 6, 7 holes to get this bottom plate off. Just release that ground strap on there, and then release this cable strap as well. Then flip it back over it, and you've got these 3 black screws, one there, and one on the other side by the heater. Take them out, and then pull the insides out of the bottom case and just slide it out like so. And release it like that. So that's the pump. We'll undo these 6 bolts here, and then we'll split the casing in half to get inside to refurbish the pump. So that's the pump split there, so we're going to replace that seal. Now the impeller's okay, so we're going to keep that impeller because that's a more efficient impeller than the aftermarket impeller. So we'll keep the impeller, we'll keep the shaft, but we'll replace these rubber grommets here. It's very important that you replace these and you get this one out from deep inside there. You need to get a screwdriver and dig it out, so you replace both of them. It's a very important point to note. So that's the seals back in there, so you use your grease for the pump. So just grease all the seals, grease the shaft and grease the end bungs as well, and we'll put that. That's the pump all back together, refurbished. Don't forget we're going to need to change these washers in these couplings. But so what we'll do now, we'll lift this, make sure you're unplugged, no power on. Take this cover off the PCB, take these 2 clamps off of the heater core, unplug all these wires, and then we'll take the heater core out to get these seals changed inside that heater core. So unscrew the terminals for the heater core, we've unplugged all these wires, and then what we'll do, we'll get these end caps off, we'll get them seals. You can see where the seals are leaking slightly, but again this is just due to bad water management. Right, so top tip when you're undoing these screws, they're quite taut on these ones, so tighten them slightly and then loosen each one slightly. Don't loosen them all at once because you'll have one left that's really hard to get undone. So just tighten them slightly, then loosen them slightly on all 6 before you take them all off. Now this one actually needs a new heater core. You can see where it's corroded. That green tinge is an algicide, so you don't want to be using an algicide because it absolutely eats aluminium away. It's a copper. The copper in there creates a chemical reaction. Multifunctional tablets, do not use them. This happens, so we'll replace that for a new heater. If you need a new heater, head over to the website and grab yourself a new heater. Right, so there's a new heater there, guys. It's going to go in there. So instead of looking like that, all gnarly and green and corroded, it really needs to look like that, all fresh and flat. Right, LayZrepair.co.uk, get yourself a new heater. When you put this back on, remember these bolt holes face upwards and that spout faces downwards. So you need to put them up onto the heater like that. And then you thread your back plate on. Obviously put your seals on first on each end. Seal on the end there, seal on the end there, and then your end caps on. So that's that end on now. And then we'll thread the wires through there and get that end cap on there. So that's all back in there. Check these terminals on this board, if they're rusty, replace that as well. You can get a build on the website. Now top right one goes into terminal 1, top left one goes into terminal 2, bottom right goes into terminal 3, and the last one in terminal 4, going right to left. When you put your pump back in, make sure your Jubilee clip is there and you've not trapped the O-ring. Check the O-ring is nice and seated. If you trapped it above that clip, it's going to leak. Now before you put it back in its case, stand it up like that, fill the little pipe with water till it levels, and then check for leaks. So that's back in its case there. Reseat all these black seals here, put all your screws back in, put the bottom plate on and put the top back on. Right guys, so I'm testing it with one of these descalers, but obviously you may not have this, so you'll have to reconnect it to your hot tub and test it. And that's all going now. Heat's climbing up there. See it going and climbing. .10 degrees, it's going up. Check all for leaks. And that's refurbished there, so you've totally refurbished your machine there. Get your parts from LayZrepair.co.uk, and happy tubbing guys. Hope this helps. Comment below and like and subscribe.